Hey everybody, this is Brian here. I hope you're having a great week so far. It's Wednesday, January 17th, 2024, and the week is, man, it's over the hump day today. I can't believe it's already the 17th of January. So let's just get right into it. There's so much to talk about. Where do you start? Well, let's start with Israel, because I mentioned in one of my comments a while back. Somebody asked me, what's the main thing we should be looking for to know that Jesus is about to rapture us? It's Israel. If you hear of Israel signing a peace treaty, or you hear the word 7-year agreement, a peace agreement that Israel's going to sign with its neighbors, that's a good indication the rapture is just a few weeks away, or a few months. I mean, that's huge. That's the start. That signing of that contract is the start of the tribulation. It literally starts the tribulation. And we're out of it before it starts. So if the tribulation's about to start, how close is the rapture? And so what other things do we look at? Excuse me, folks. We look at, well, there's Russia. Where's Russia in the Bible? Ezekiel 38:39. The Gog of Magog. This army comes down from the north and comes into Israel. And in the Bible, in the scriptures, especially in the Old Testament, in these passages, when it talks about comes from the north, it's the north of Israel, the north of Jerusalem. It's not Chicago. It's not Moscow. It's not, somewhere, not any city in Europe. It's Jerusalem or Israel. Directly, almost due north of Israel is Russia. So Russia, I believe in that passage, it's Russia comes down and invades Israel. I'm just going to talk today about why I think, I did this in my last week, I'm going to expound on why I think the rapture is so soon, and expound on that a little more, and give you some things that I'm thinking that why that's about to happen. First of all, it says, I think in Ezekiel 39, around verse 1, I could be wrong, I think it's 38, 39, I think it's 39, it talks those verses, it says that Gog of Magog comes down to attack Israel, and something happens to that army. And some people think God intervenes directly, which it very obviously could do that, and he basically nukes them, but not with nukes, just him doing it. Or Israel nukes them, God allows them to get off a strike and destroys that army. There's a very good indication, the way things are going on the news right now, folks, we could see the war of Gog and Magog this year. And one of the reasons I believe that is because in those passages, once that war is over, Israel goes in and buries the dead. It takes them 7 months to bury the dead, but the key verse in there, it takes them 7 years to burn their weapons. Now, it's interesting, the number 7. So if it takes them 7 years to burn the weapons that they've captured, do you think Israel's going to be burning weapons of war during the millennial reign of Christ? I don't think so. So that tells me that those weapons have to be disposed of before the second coming. Or God takes care of them at the second coming. But either way, it takes them 7 years to get rid of those weapons. I don't think they're going to be burning weapons of mass destruction during the millennial reign. So here we go. So if that's true, and that I'm taking that passage literal, and I think it is literal, then that means that war starts immediately after the rapture, before the contract with Israel signed with its neighbors, or right before the rapture, because it's 7 years. How much time before from the rapture to the signing of the covenant? I don't know. Nobody knows exactly, but I don't think it's very long. Maybe a week or two, a month, but not very long, because the world's in chaos, and that's when the Antichrist seeks his opportunity to bring peace to the world, which brings him instant fame and authority. And then he brokers a peace treaty that nobody's been able to ever do, as you know, with Israel, gives him more clout, and they see him as a savior. And he also brings the lie that aliens took us away. And haven't you noticed since January 1st, actually since last year, but January 1st, everything's about aliens. It's all over YouTube. It's all over the internet. Aliens. They're in Miami. I mentioned this before. They're in Vegas. They're in Peru. They're in now in China, in Beijing, in China. So it's setting up. And so the burning of those weapons has to be completed before the end of the tribulation. Let's go back 7 years. So what I'm trying to say, we're right in that time frame. Let's just say, hypothetically, it may not be hypothetically, later this summer or this year sometime, you hear about Russia massing troops, takes Ukraine. It doesn't even have to take Ukraine. That whole war, that's another whole topic. I don't want to get into that. But let's just say Russia masses troops in southern Ukraine, southeastern Ukraine, where they occupy, and they start bringing all these ships into the Black Sea, and they have bases in Syria right now. They have air bases, naval bases in Syria. They have bases in Iraq. They have bases in Lebanon. Nobody talks about it. Israel's surrounded by the Russians and the Chinese. So it wouldn't be far-fetched for this war to take place this year. And it may not. I can't say for sure, but everything you see that's going on, what happened in Gaza, October 7th, 2023, the massacre, now the war in Gaza, now Lebanon, if you've been keeping track, Israel's pounding them and going in after them. They're talking about building a buffer zone of 10 kilometers, which is about 7.5 mile buffer zone between Lebanon's border and Israel's to keep the terrorists back away. They're working. They're ready for a full-scale war. It's every day. And then you got the Houthis now. We're firing on them. And now, as you know, if you've been watching the news, 2 days ago, I think it was 2 days ago, Iran is now bombed Mossad headquarters in Iraq, in Baghdad, a U.S. embassy, and it's going after us now. And what are we doing? That's my answer. I can't even say. You guys know. You know. It's hard to watch all this mess, isn't it? Matthew 24. They came out of the temple and they said, Lord, when are you gonna come back and set up the kingdom? When you hear of wars, rumors of wars, pestilence, earthquakes in various places. Paraphrasing here. Are we hearing a lot of rumors of wars? Yeah. Are there a lot of wars? Yes. Have earthquakes amped up? Yes. Oklahoma had 19 earthquakes in one day just 2 days ago. And maybe it's 16 or 19. In one day. And 3s and 4s, high 4s, that's a lot. Earthquakes on the East Coast just last week. I live in Southern California. We had another one in San Diego just 2 days ago. 4.4, I think. I had one here about a month ago, 12 miles from my house out in the ocean. I think it was 4.1. They're all over the place. Yellowstone's acting up. All this stuff is converging. The Lord couldn't make it more plain that he's about to return. When he gets here and he talks and we finally see him face to face, hey guys, I sent you every sign I could to let you know I was coming, so you could get ready. And every sign is there in the news every day, every single day. He's about to return, folks. It's so close. It's so close. It's just amazing. And so go back to what I was talking about. Israel signs a peace treaty. That's a huge sign. You see that? We just got weeks, maybe a few months left, if we see that. But I don't think we're going to see the signing of a peace treaty. I think we could hear the rumors of it, the setting up of it, because the signing sets off the tribulation. Russia invading the Middle East, yeah, that can happen. How about another one? Isaiah 17:1, the destruction of Damascus. It's destroyed in one night. Read that. Destroyed in one night. What can destroy a city in one night? A nuke. Easily. Something happens where that city gets destroyed in one night. Israel's bombing Damascus all the time. They've been bombing it for years. I mean, it could be many scenarios. It could be Israel bombs a weapons depot in Syria, in Damascus, and they have nukes stored there, but they don't know about it. That could happen. Or these players, Syria or Lebanon, and these proxies could do a chemical attack on Israel, wipe out a huge population. That would respond with a nuke, 100%. So you got that. Is that about to happen? Yeah. Is the Psalms 83 war? Some say it's a prayer. Whatever it is, it talks about things going on that are going on right now in the news with these countries. It's heating up. It's unbelievable. This war that started October 7th, I believe is the Psalms 83 war. I believe it's going to lead to destruction of Damascus, and I believe eventually it's going to lead to Ezekiel 38 and 39 of Russia coming down to attack Israel. I believe this is the beginning of all that. And a lot of people, not just me, who've been following Bible prophecy longer than me, and I've been following for almost 45 years, believe it's going to happen. This is it. This is it. There's such urgency for believers to wake up. You know, they talk about a huge revival happening, and there is revival happening in different places, a lot of the colleges and stuff like that. But the biggest revival of all time is during the tribulation. Millions, hundreds of millions of saints are saved during that time. That's about to happen. That tribulation is about to start, folks. I'm doing this video and these videos like others are because there's not a lot of time left. You know, we're running out of daylight. Literally, it's running out of daylight here in Southern California, but I have to do this video. It's been a few days and I got to get it out. Just hang in there. Your toil in this world as a believer is not in vain. Whatever you're going through in your life, there's a purpose for it. There's a reason for it. Don't give up. And if things are going great for you, bless others with your blessings that you receive from God. Bless others. Because we're all in this together, folks. It doesn't matter where you live on this planet. You can live in Siberia, Russia. You can be a Chinese living out in the forest of China, believer. You can be in LA. You can be in New York. It doesn't matter. We are all sons and daughters of the Most High. You have Jesus in your heart. You are a Christian. You're a born-again believer. You're saved. And that word saved, what does it mean when you're saved? What are you saved from? Well, number one, you're saved from burning in hell forever. That's a big one. Number two, you're saved. Actually, number one, you're saved from being separated from God for eternity, burning in hell forever. Your sins have been forgiven. They'll no longer be counted against you. You'll be living in heaven forever. How long is that? It's forever. It's a long time. You'll be in a glorified body that has no sin in it. If you're sick tonight, that's gone. If you're depressed, no depression, no fear of the night, no phobias, no drug addictions, no alcoholism, none of that stuff is gone. It's not there anymore. So folks, we're almost at that point. So as you see things unfold, and I go back and forth what I should do. I read articles, sometimes I go over the articles, but sometimes I just like to speak and just talk. Because you guys watch the news. The stuff I read to you, you probably already know. You've probably already read it. Maybe not, but most of you probably have. I'm telling you, we are so close. If we make it to New Year's next year, what's the world going to be like next January? This January 1st to start off aliens and earthquakes and solar flares. What's next year going to be like? If we make it, I don't know if we're going to make it. When I mean make it, the rapture. So what you see going on in the Middle East, don't let it scare you. What you see going on in the U.S. here, if you live in the U.S. like I do, don't let it scare you with the politics. Trump or no Trump, Jesus is in control. He's the president of the universe. He's in control. He is. And if Trump gets in there, that's great. Is Trump going to be the savior? Nope. Is he going to fix all the problems? Nope. Is there still going to be sin? Yep. Is there going to be wars, rumors of wars? Yep. There will be. Because that's the way we're headed. Because we're headed for a new heavens and a new earth. Matter of fact, I'm going to finish with this. Let's see. It just popped in my head, and that's a rare thing. Let's see. Why can't I find it? Oh, here it is. It's called the Bible. Yeah, oh, already in Revelation. Okay, Revelation. And here we go. I think it's 21. Here we go. Here's what's waiting for us. I'll read it to you and I'll be done. Sorry about the glare. It's getting dark. It's dark here now. And I usually don't do videos at night, but just the last minute I wanted to do this one. So here you go, folks. I got the glare from my tablet now. There we go. I mean, is that better? It says, chapter 21 of Revelation, verse 1, Then I saw new heavens and a new earth, for the first heaven and first earth had passed away, and the sea was no more. And I saw the holy city, New Jerusalem, coming down out of heaven from God, prepared as a bride adorned for her husband. And I heard a loud voice from the throne saying, Behold, the dwelling place of God is with man. And he will dwell with them, and they will be his people, and God himself will be with them as their God. He will wipe away every tear from their eyes, and death shall be no more. Neither shall be any mourning, nor crying, nor pain any more, for the former things have passed away. Passed away. So, folks, I got to end. I'm running out of daylight here. God bless you. Have a good day tomorrow. Rejoice in the Lord. You wake up tomorrow above 6 feet above ground. God's got something for you. Don't let the enemy steal your crown. Don't give up your crown. If you're looking for the rapture like I am, it's the crown of righteousness. Don't let anybody take it from you. Hang in there. Be in the Word. Be in prayer. Be in church. You guys, if I don't see you at the rapture, I'll see you next time. Thanks. Okay, bye-bye.